Dash Quinn. Welcome back, everybody, to yet another table talk. But this table talk's a little different. This is going to be me re-recording my first one. But if you've seen my last two table talks, you should know by now that I'm not alone. Matter of fact, I'm with one of my bestest friends at this point in time. He's awesome. He's cool. He's trying to talk, but they can't hear him. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Gemster. Say hi.
I do not wish to speak anymore.
No, I was on a scene where they couldn't hear you. They could only hear me.
That is bullshit. Well, I like to be interrupted because I am the star of the show. I have an ego.
Sure.
Okay, fuck you. Now my ego's been shrunken thanks to you. Fuck you.
Glad you didn't cuss in the first 8 seconds. I wouldn't get monetization.
Well, I'm sorry. But no money for you.
That's all right. I don't get paid yet.
Yeah, there's the keyword, yes.
We'll get there. Hey, Hoozle. Yeah. This is going to be Five Nights at Freddy's-esque table talk. And yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super stoked. I've talked a ton about FNAF with this wonderful human with me today. So I think it was just fitting that I grabbed him for the first one. Oh, get into it. Gemster, what did you think of the first ever Five Nights at Freddy's?
So, like, you're talking like my initial reaction, like when it first came out?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna go back, okay? This was like 14?
I believe it was 2014. Okay. It was late 2014.
Yeah, like 2014. Like, it's like my first impression that, like, wow. Like, you know, it's like when we were here, like, you know, like a giant animal, like, you know, these giant animals just like being very scary. It's like, we're here because let me tell you, every time I Chuck E. Cheese, I'm scared of the mascot. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't use animatronics anymore, and I never saw the animatronics myself, but seeing those like giant those furry costumes like walking around, they kind of scare me, you know, as a kid. And I'm saying like, wow. This takes me back. That's my first thought.
So true. I think it was geared towards like kids of our generation, and because I've seen one. I've been to Chuck E. Cheese and I've seen the animatronics that were horrifying then. They're not as terrifying now, but I was small and I was tiny and vulnerable. So no, I never liked them. They were cool.
You know, I also thought we could hide under the table, and I did exactly that. Like, once approaching, I got scared and I hid under the table. And yeah, I think if I remember correctly, like the guy inside it, like the guy playing as the freaking Chucky, he crouched down and waved to me. He's like,
no, thank you.
Like, that scared me even more. I remember that.
I don't know how old he was at the time. I think he did it to scare you. How rude.
I think that was the point. That's it. Because I think that's pretty obvious. But yeah, that's pretty much my experience. Like, oh my god, it's gonna be like Chuck E. Cheese, like my worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's. I'm pretty sure we're not alone when we say this is definitely Chuck E. Cheese. My answer to that is, what did I think of the game? I didn't get into it until I think, like, when the buzz got huge about it, and then
I mean that's a pretty. It went pretty fast actually, because I remember. Like, the person who introduced it to me was an old friend of mine, and he wasn't even as into it, but he got me like hyper fixated into it. And I started talking about stuff that he didn't know about, you know, about the cheek, you know, about like who do you even are. Like, he just wanted to see, like, oh wow, like for I was like, oh, this cool little scary game by like animatronic animals. And I went over that with the Lord, and he didn't really care for it. So it's funny.
It's funny you say that. It's the same thing for me. You know, I wasn't too deep into it. I'm like, I like horror movies and stuff, but I don't care much for horror games. But, you know, it was my good friend's little brother. He was super into the whole franchise, and there wasn't that much of a franchise at that point. But he was, you know, I rode the bus to school all the time, and we were just talking about it the entire way. So I was hooked, and I've said it before on my channel. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is definitely my favorite because it's so hard to get a good sequel out. But that's when I really started, you know, researching and watching and absorbing. But it was still awesome. I loved it.
I'll say the same too. Yeah, like FNAF 2, like it wasn't. It's like that's why I started watching Twitch streamers. Actually, that's how I found my first streamer. Like he was known for like Five Nights at Freddy's 2 at the time. I kind of like stuck to him for a little bit, and stuff. It was cool time in my life. I enjoyed going on to his streams every day. It was fun.
Not a Venturian Tale, but that's
I wasn't referring to a Venturian Tale, but yeah,
I'm that too. The person that I watched besides Markiplier play all these FNAFs was Venturian Tale, and he played Gmod with his brothers and sisters, and he still has a YouTube channel today, and all of his videos are still there. So I mean, definitely go check him out. But he's got some great content that's pretty dated at this point, but it was awesome.
Yeah, it's still out topic, but it's about Venturian Tale. Like, I watched him every day too. Like it was so funny. Like those videos feel funny. Like it's like that sense of humor thing. I really enjoyed it. Like I don't know if I would enjoy it now if I rewatch it as an adult, but we'll see. Maybe?
I don't think so. I didn't enjoy it either. No way. I was just becoming a teenager at that point. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but I shouldn't have. I won't now. One of those things. So yeah. Next question. I guess we should start with this. Have you played the game, right? Have you played the game?
No.
You have not.
I just know about the lore. Oh, I don't play horror games.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, I don't play many horror games. I'm a chicken.
I consider myself a chicken too. I'm more of a you've seen my stream. I am more of an FPS guy. Like I just play games. I just watch the games because one, I don't have the time, and two, I'm a chicken. Don't tell Suma that. And three, I like to learn the lore, and that's really got me to FNAF because of the lore. Because the whole mystery in it. That's what I think that's where FNAF really got research is boom because of the whole mystery element of it. That's why
plus a horror game, but
like Mark, Matt, that era of YouTubing, that's crazy because I always watch every week for waiting for Mad Pad's next FNAF theory, and I really enjoy them every time I watch it.
I personally have never watched those.
I try to watch it, but I love watching them. Obviously it's one of my only ways I could catch up with FNAF because there's just so much going on, and I also into FNAF though. I kind of knew everything, but it's been a while since I actually paid attention to FNAF, so I kind of forgot everything at the same time. So it happens.
It happens. Well, my next few questions were pertaining to the game, and it's assuming that you have played the game, which I have not. I'm sorry. Which is okay. It's okay. The next questions are: what's the hardest part, the easiest part, and what scared, I guess, me the most? And so I'll answer those. The hardest part of this game is easily night 6. Or night 5 and night 6, because night 5, Freddy comes around and he comes fast, and if you mess up the motion, you're done. But I mean, I would like Freddy. His jump scares are cool, but the whole thing wasn't fun. Easiest part, besides night 1, the easiest part would probably be handling Foxy, because Foxy has a gimmick where you have to open up the camera and he won't move, and I did that a lot. I had a little rhythm going down, so that's and what scared me the most would probably be Foxy coming down the hallway, and I'm not ready for it, and then I get jump scared. Or Freddy. Freddy's jump scare because you don't know if he's in the room or if he's outside your door because he does his laugh, a very faint laugh, and then there's no difference between if he's in your office or not. He'll still laugh and then jump scare you. It's right up in your face.
Yeah.
So that's my answers.
That's a hard part too. I can't really answer these because I never played them, but
it's okay.
I could imagine though, I can imagine because when you do the Foxy stuff, I can imagine it's just your first time playing, and you open the camera, you see Foxy running down the hall. What happens? That generates panic and fear. So you're probably oh my god, where's the door? So either do it in time or you're too late before he gets you.
And it sucks power too.
It generates that panic you know,
it's horrifying.
that either like that you either control yourself enough to actually close the door in time, or you like you just see there like, wait, which door is it coming? Like where's the door? Which is the door again? And before it's too late. It's easiest part. I wouldn't know because it was 9-1. Like doesn't the phone call go up to like 4 a.m.?
I think it goes up to pretty late, and plus, I don't think any of the animatronics are turned on. So you just get it. You get a feel for it.
Easy. It's that easy, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say night one, because night one in almost all of the games are a breeze.
It makes sense, because it's the first night, first new game, you gotta learn the mechanics. So they'll do that to you. And that's why they're here. The scariest part?
Yeah, what scared you the most?
Well, okay. So, generally, I guess it's like more of a mental play, but like, you see your office as a safe spot, right?
Yeah.
It is the zone you work with. That is the place that keeps you safe. But like, you go back to Freddy stuff, like those jump scares, that appears when you're looking in your camera and you can't look in your office. That's scary because they're like violating your safe spot, and it's already over once they're inside.
So it's so true. They make noises too. If you leave your camera up for so long and they're in the office, they make like these I don't know how to describe the noises. It's horrifying, and so of course they're.
Don't they make like kind of zombie-ish noises like
Yeah, those. Yeah. It's I guess I guess it's a contender for the scared me the most, but I've never had it happen to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, so I don't know if this so since I never played it, I'm asking you. Is it a strat to just leave your camera up the entire time?
It is a strat, but it's bad strat because that's implying that you put both your doors down. So you're already draining 2x power, and then you have the camera up, which is 2.5x power gone.
Well, I mean just the camera, right? Because some jump scares trigger when you put it down.
You'd be avoiding Foxy. About all you'd be avoiding.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be a strat. I don't think it is one though.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking. Because I don't understand the game mechanics fully still, even after all these years. So I'm thinking. I always wondered, like if my camera's up, it won't trigger the jump scares, right? Or else or do they force you to get jump scared?
It won't trigger a jump scare when you put your camera down and they've been at your door for a while your camera is up. Then you'll get jump scared. They will not forcefully put your camera down ever.
Okay, yeah, and that's why I think is that a strat? Because if they're inside, can you just hold it up?
That's a good
I don't
point.
see you.
I mean, that's a good point. I see what you're coming. I now understand what you mean. They're right behind your camera. Well, I'm guessing you might run out of power though. You still could run out of power fast.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends. That could be. I've never seen it done like that, so I don't know.
That's what I always wondered. That's something I never played, so I was asking.
So yeah, that's that question. Oh yes, it's time. Today, I have with the table talks. I've brought pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I have pictures, and we have moved. We're now in the corners. Today we are starting with the pizzeria. What do you think of the style of pizzeria and how dated it is and how good they did with it?
Well, obviously, it's so dated. I'll be unsettled by the look of it, to be honest, because
I would never set foot in this place.
If today, if the exact same type of style, the exact same interior, decoration, everything is the same as in real life. I go inside, a real life FNAF, pretty Fazbear's Pizza. I would not like it because it just
it rubbed me the wrong way.
It seemed very unsettled. Yeah, it would rub me the wrong way. Yes.
Animatronic style. These things are huge. They're probably taller than both of us. Oh, no way. No way.
How tall are these, actually?
Well, they looked huge in the games. I'm not sure what their actual heights are.
They could be very huge.
They look to be. I mean, they're above that stage. I don't know how many feet.
It's big enough to fit people, so I think it's quite big. I think
The
it's
black and white tiles are nice. The hallways are cool. The sign that says "Don't pee on the floor" is really cool.
oh yeah. I like how atmospheric it is. Like what
Mm-hmm.
really sells a game is the atmosphere, in my opinion. So like you get that you generate that sense of like how you want the gamers, the player to feel to the
Yeah,
environment,
atmosphere is everything. It's
and that's
still
what
a
you
genuine
think.
pizzeria. So,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. I don't think it existed. It might have, but I don't think it existed to the extent that it is today.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else about the pizzeria I want to talk about? The Office, nice. Not really. It looks horrifying.
It is. Yeah. It's like this is like 1990. Like what
Fire
two?
hazard, man. It's a fire hazard.
This
You know how
was
much
yeah.
stuff's around that stuff? Ooh.
I imagine. Like I said, like it's like a small chain, right? You gotta do what they gotta do.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's a good way of thinking about it. They're not big. They're small.
I mean, like, why else would they hire like some random schmuck to like run a restaurant?
So true.
Imagine all on their own.
Max.
We're gonna get like a few tables and a stage. Oh,
Party
sorry.
hats.
Wrong table talk. We already talked about that one. Party hats?
There's party
Sure.
hat. There are party hats on the table. I don't have a picture of it today, but it's if you play. That sounds rude. If you play the game, one of the cameras has a camera pointing to the tables where you can see Bonnie at one point.
Yeah.
We'll get to them. There's party hats on the table. Yeah, atmosphere is 100%. Next question. Did you think FNAF would be where it's at today?
You elaborate more on this? Like, what do you mean, like,
Did you
like
think
FNAF as in
like a whole
it's like
franchise? Did you think it would take off in the way it has into I believe it's 9 games in total at this point?
if it was released today?
Eh, maybe. I think. Do you think? I think the question is: did you think that FNAF would take off as well? Did you believe in FNAF? Did you think it was going to be the next big thing, like it was?
Oh, that's hard to tell, because it's almost 10 years actually.
It
Oh my
is
gosh.
something like that with 9 games in 10 years. That's you're winning.
It's crazy. Okay, but like yeah, and Scott like pooped out these games like within months of each other too.
That's wild. That deserves
that,
credit.
That is a credit because it's incredible. I'm not sure at all because like I don't pay attention to gaming trends at all. I see a game and I like it and I play it. That's really what I do. So I can't really say if like go pop up as well as it would today. It may well because like I often see horror games, keep popping up because I've been seeing like observation duty games. Like you seen it before, and like the Mandela catalogs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like yeah, like the Mandela, the backroom shit. Like those have resurgence out of nowhere. Even though like the backroom have been here for like a bit and stuff. So I think it may. Yeah, I think it may, but I don't know if it's gonna be as big as it is now. Because because 2014 it was a different time. Like,
man, it was. There was nothing. I mean,
like
there's
the internet. It's. I like the. I don't know if this is right to say, but I feel like the internet was like we're still learning the internet at the time, kind of, right?
Yeah, there wasn't as much technological advancement.
Yeah, like I think I guess what I'm trying to say. We're a generation where like we're exposed to technology 24/7. So like this is like our first thing. And we're talking about like if it came out today, where we all like, we're all grown up.
Maybe not.
I don't know if it would to us.
I don't think it will blow it up.
I was like, it'll get us, but will it get to the kids? By this time,
no
maybe.
Way. I don't think so. I don't think they would buy it. I don't think the kids of now would buy it.
Yeah, so that's my thought. Because that's
Gen X may have took it. But I definitely think
maybe.
I think it came out the perfect time.
I think it did too. It was really good because I was in the middle school at the time. Like
I believe I was too. I was I was just beginning middle school.
Yeah, it was doing the middle school time. Like, oh my gosh, like that just came out. This is crazy.
And everyone hates middle school, so this was my escape. Take it.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I had really enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed my middle school years only because of after school.
There you go.
I had so much fun. I had so much fun after school and middle school. I had so much fun with some friends. I miss those times, but I'm an adult now, so
yeah.
I want to go back though. I want to go back.
That's why we're doing this video, Gemster. Let's get those.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see what's the next one. Next one, number 8. Let's talk about the animatronics that started it all.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the main 3 here, but let's get a close up of this boy. Bonnie the Bunny. Bon. Bunny. He became Bon. I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years later. Okay, I've already been into that, but yes, Bonnie. I love Bonnie's design so much. It's so simplistic, but it's so good. The question is, what did you think of Bonnie? And I'll answer the game mechanic / design question. Play the game, but what did you think of Bonnie?
Well, that's hard to tell because I was more like I didn't pay much. I'll be honest, I didn't pay attention to Bonnie much because kind of like Matt, I was into the pirate theme at the time, so I was like more into the Foxy.
Yeah, that tracks.
So I just Bonnie was just there in my mind. On the side, but I was thinking oh my god, Foxy's pretty cool because during the same era because people making all kinds of fan content and it's something we've been doing for Foxy and stuff wow, there's like him more. And I don't see much of Bonnie, or at least I don't think about it as much.
She's
pretty yeah.
Well, I'd say Bonnie is beneficial because Bonnie is the first one you find, the first animatronic you will encounter.
Yeah,
because he's designed that way, and that's why I think he's super big. Because there's a point where he's coming down the hallway, you can see his silhouette, and he's almost touching the ceiling. And so I think he's pretty. I think they're massive.
Yeah. So you say, what's the word for it? It's I'm trying to think of the word. It's when you're fuck. So Bonnie's he's essential, but he's just he's a
minor
guy.
Character to you, huh?
Yeah, a tutorial guy. They refer him as.
He's not bad, but he likes to sit at the doors, just not leave on the later nights, which cause a lot of power drain. So that's the main. He can appear in, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, and then I guess 6 counting the door. 6 different spots. I think. I don't know. I'll have to actually think about it, but off the top of my head, Bonnie's the one you'll see the most, and you have the most chances to prevent coming in. I really enjoy. It's not 6; it's 7 because of the back room too. But yeah, no, Bonnie's a pretty big character to me.
Yeah, I see that.
Next game, and he looks ugly. It's a whole thing.
Second game, he has no face.
He does have no
face. His face.
Look off his face. It left me if I had no face, and there's no.
I like to go back and sometimes I like to go back to really old FNAF-ish, back when there was people were popping them out nothing, and I can see the reaction to FNAF 2, and since this all the lore stuff has yet to be established, so it's they're thinking when I watch people play FNAF 1 to FNAF 2, they're gonna think oh my god, this place takes place after, so it's funny think that way, with all the lore,
Yes, the lore added a whole new level. I was just enjoying the game. I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, because someone who never plays the games, I pay attention to the lore only. So
there you go.
That's
so we have the best of both worlds right here. We have someone who's played a lot of the games, doesn't really follow the lore that well, but I do. We have someone who is lore. Love to see it.
I mean, I like story. Stories and everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Some way, and I like story. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I still need the word to describe Bonnie because he's I He's like the general guy you always see. He's like that all around. Honestly, like you're basic, all around stuff.
I like the word basic. That's
yeah, basic. Yeah, I wanted to say basic, but I don't want to make sound rude.
And so I guess we talked on this, but how does these animatronics looking so much like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics and their size speak to you? Like, what did you think of the fact that these things were huge, much less scary?
Well, I think like the fact that they're huge adds into like they're intimidating. Like they're more intimidating that way.
It makes a lot more sense that they can swallow kids.
Yeah, because I remember like watching old videos of like animatronics move around. Like that's creepy already because they like obviously it's like the fucking 80s or some shit. Like they move around was so like every time they move, like kind of shake a little bit. They look around. It's a robot, but you get that feeling. You worry like, do they actually see you? Will they actually like look directly at you? Like that was scary for me. That would be scary if I see that.
Yeah. I'm glad.
I guess it's like time. I guess they switched like movies saying like all these robots are like bad. They're going to exterminate the Terminator and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like having inanimate objects just like look at you, like non-living object, obviously not inanimate. Like it's just just like it's basically being a robot shit, but then boom, it's staring right at you, specifically at you.
And you empty your bowels right there, then and there. Yeah.
Like it will stare at you, and like I would imagine I would just shit my pants because
man, I would be screaming.
Like it would be terrifying. So like I never hung out in the animatronic section in Chuck E. Cheese, so I always stay at the booths.
Heck yeah.
By the windows.
That's why this thing was. I think this is why this game was so popular, because the concept of animatronics just
being bad. Yeah, like yeah. I enjoy that concept, and
me too. Yeah. Me too. That's why I stayed. I wanted to see more. Talk about the little tangent here. We'll go back to it real quick. Is soon this year, 2023, there's going to be a movie, and there's a little bit in the trailer that shows like some ripped off. Makes me super excited because I want FNAF 4. They mentioned it, but they never show.
What is the rating of this movie?
You have to look it up, but I reckon if there's an arm coming off, it's going to be R.
I think it's going to be R.
Rated TV. Across the park. They don't care.
It is a horror game, so yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I was going to say, there's a moment on the cameras, going back to it, with the stage where you see all three animatronics. There is a chance when you look at their cameras that they're all staring at the camera.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So they're looking right at you, and it's real.
Yes.
Woo! It'll get you going.
Like if I haven't seen real life, like I would fucking panic. I will leave. As soon as I can.
Yeah, no way.
Here's what I always thought. Like, why can't like these services are scary as fuck? So why not just let them? Why not just like chill outside? Let them just run around inside the building, and if anyone actually intrudes, they just get to scare the shit out of.
That's probably why they do it. That's probably why they do it. It makes so much sense.
If I wasn't I would do that. I would just chill outside somehow, or like just chill in a car or something, and just sit there, wait, easy pay, and then when it's about time, I'll just pretend I was inside.
Leave. Because there's no camera in the office.
Mm-hmm.
That was Bonnie. Of course, the next one is Bon. We have Chica, which I believe is Spanish for girl. No, that's Nina. That's Nina. That's oops. Anyways, Chica the chicken.
I think it's also. I think it's. I hear people call girls chica in Spanish. I'm pretty sure.
I have too, but I'm not. I don't know if it's not.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Anyways, we have Chica the chicken with the iconic bib and cupcake. God, this one's massive. Duck. Everyone thought she was a duck. Yeah. She's a chicken.
That makes sense because she's Chica the chicken.
Yeah, alliteration. Bunny the bunny. Freddy the bear.
Well, that's not really alliteration, but yeah.
Freddy the Fazbear. The bear.
Freddy Fazbear. Yes. Okay. Freddy Fazbear. Well, I think Fox. Fox the pirate.
Okay, there you go. That's an alliteration killer.
Yeah, that's all right. Whatever.
Chica the chicken. What do you think of Chica the chicken?
Well, so oh my god, my doctor went crazy. Hold on.
Cool. Chica the chicken.
Okay, I think we're good. All right, Chica the chicken. Well, I always thought like her buck, her older teeth is gonna be like very, very painful if you're a victim of that bite.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I'm more terrified of the like her entire beak part. Like it's scary to me. It's terrifying to be a victim of. Like I don't want to be like bitten by this, attacked by that. Because I remember her jump scare the most of anything.
Yeah,
where it's going back for the beak. Like that's the most like scary one in my opinion.
You're so right. Freddy takes the cake for me. Freddy will always win, but I can see that. Chica's in the window at the door, and like she makes her beaks open too. So
exactly, it's like he's chomping you.
It's chonky. She's chonky, man.
Yeah, so I don't want to be like ripped apart like that.
For sure. Mechanics wise, he was on the right side while Bonnie was on the left side of the map, and she had this thing. She's always had this thing at this point where she's in the kitchen. We can't see the kitchen, but you see the audio, and you can hear it when the camera's not down. Her camera is not up. Mm-hmm. So I really like that too. But you know what I don't like is the fact that this little cupcake here has teeth.
I know.
That's unnerving.
Well, it's kind of cute about it. Like there's like little buck teeth.
No need for the SpongeBob teeth. I don't want it. Throw it away. That's my thoughts on Chica. It's a good jump scare. It's funny. It's yellow. Oh, cool. Camera angles are funny with these guys. I still would shit my pants right down on Chica person.
I would. Any of these animatronics, I would shit my pants on.
Because you know that Cupcake's looking at you. Oh, thank you.
Pretty much,
like Cupcake stationary.
I do too. I like him edible too, not mechanical eyes and shit.
So true. I wonder what they have inside that cupcake. I wonder if it blinks.
Nothing. It's just wirings. Yeah, it probably blink.
Healthy for you.
It probably moves his mouth too because of the frosting acts as out of the mouth. It'll move up and down just as it is speaking. Probably.
I need to go grab Matt. Next is Foxy the Pirate.
Oh my god, this favorite. Yeah, he's always been my favorite.
I mean, I actually have a story with this one. I put it in my first videos of playing the game. So Foxy has like 4 different spots that he's at whenever he's getting ready to attack you. And I think for the 4th one, I guess it's just my lighting. But like whenever I was watching someone else play it, it looks like he's like bent over the sign, and it looks really funky. But now that I play it, it's brighter for me, and I can see that it's actually him already leaving the prize corner. No, Pirates Cove. It's actually him about to leave, and I never knew that, and it was like it took me back because I'm like, what? Everything I knew was a lie. But yeah.
I don't feel like that. Like, yeah, he's always been a favorite. He gets the pirate aesthetic and stuff.
Stupid little dum-dums.
The general idea is like, he seems pretty cool. Yeah, because and like and he's the only one you can actually see move before instead of through a jump scare, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you can see him run down the hallway because he runs for some reason.
Mm.
Foxy the
It's kind of
pirate.
scary.
Pirates are now red. The fox.
He's
Definitely.
sorry.
Is that fox? Yeah, I guess it's fox shape. The hook's a nice touch.
So yes.
I
Yeah,
wonder what
into
he
a
did,
pirate.
like before he was stuck in Pirates Cove. Like, what is his main function? I wish they explained that.
I mean, it sounds like be a pirate.
Yeah, I guess he did get some segments in the later games, but
Mm.
well, Foxy's iconic.
Unless you say that like like the main goal, like it being a different version of being like a different version of Foxy, so it implies something else. But I just feel like this like Foxy is just uh I just really like his nothing more to say than other than just I really like his aesthetic. Like I like the pirate thing. I think it's cool, and that's why it's pretty much my favorite back then, and Kevin still is now.
I figured you'd talk about the lore aspect of this.
I don't remember the lore aspect though, because I don't remember much anymore.
It was rumored that this Foxy caused the bite of 87.
Oh, that yeah.
Because his mouth is permanently stuck open because he had to pry it open to get the child out.
They got so much mystery though, because like there's like a handprint on like Freddy's face
here.
It's
on his face. I think you might be able to see it in the picture that I showed next.
Yeah,
there's a handprint on
and then
that.
I then 4 like when when like the big kid like put the boy in golden bunnies,
that is Fred Bear, the original, and that was the bite of 80.
I'm thinking, but the thing, there's a lot of mysteries at the time, so we don't know anything at the time.
It is confirmed that as 83 because he plays Sister Location and he typed in 1983 on the hidden night is entered. The pictures of the FNAF 4 location will show up, implying that it was 83.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like that came after 4, so we didn't know during.
Yeah, no idea.
But the mysteries just keep going on. Like some are solved, some keep going. Some will never be explained.
Awesome. It's so the way that Scott Cawthon is really good at storytelling. It's it took him a while, but hey, awesome. Did well. Foxy, the starter. I think Foxy was the fire starter for 4. It definitely was for me. I wanted to know the bite of 87 they kept talking about and about much afterwards. But yeah, so I think that's enough of that Foxy. Let's move on to our next guest. Freddy, let's see if you can look really closely. Maybe you can see the handprint on his face. You kind of can. Not really.
Kind of.
You can see like 4 little fingers.
I do, yeah, kind of.
I love this render of Freddy. Because they all look dirty. That's what I love about it. They all look dirty.
Dirty and used, yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty, worn. Worn is a good word.
They did
I think they do. Isn't that what they said? Like odor and shit.
So yeah, like you got fired on night 6. I think it was night 7. You get fired because night. You get fired because of it says you caused the odor, but it's actually the odor of the enemy next to you, dead kid.
Yeah.
So
that's why that's.
I honestly didn't connect the dots until a lot later, but it makes so much sense. Anyhoozle, Freddy, the face that runs the place.
The face that runs the place.
On the front of it.
That is his. Yeah, it's his restaurant.
Mikey's got a top hat. That's all he's got.
He's very fancy. He's trying to run a monopoly.
What did you think of Freddy Fazbear?
Both the time. Well, obviously, like he's comparative. You can compare it to like Chuck E. Cheese,
The head of the table.
Title of it all.
The homie.
Yeah.
The one.
And he's the boss and stuff.
I like his mechanics. I really do like his game. They're tough. They're tough. Tough to deal with, and should be.
Mhm. He's like the main man until you find other Freddy, which is
Yeah.
scary.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Coming. I can't wait to talk about him. But Freddy Fazbear, he comes down the right side with Chica. You can barely see him in the cameras. You can only see his eyeballs because he's always hiding in the dark.
Yeah.
Up until when he's right outside your office, he's right in front of the camera, and he makes an awful little laugh like, over and over and over again. So night 5 and night 6 are filled with nothing but him just
Just
balls
laughing.
deep in your ear, laughing the entire time. He does leave. He does leave twice, but it does not last that long. I'm talking like 10, 15 seconds, and then he's back. But you have to keep a system of close the door before checking the camera because if you don't, you'll get jump scared and you will.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You will complain.
In terms of the story and the lore behind Freddy, there isn't much. There really isn't much. He's just man.
He's just a mean man. Like it's hard to tell the time because this is the first game. Like this is where everything started. Everything began to grow from this point on.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess he did have a good feature. My next question is, what was your first reaction to seeing Freddy in the left door after your power went out? Do you know about that?
Yeah, I remember seeing it, and I didn't think much of it because I was there to watch the reaction to people I watch, and they were scared.
That's fair. Oh no, I was horrified, but I knew it was coming because I played the game long time after watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't imagine what my first reaction to it would be. I'd definitely scream that jump scare if I saw it for the first time and not watch someone else take it. I think it's not. It's random too. The length of it's.
Is it? I thought it was like always a set time.
Nope. It's it could be very short, could be very long.
Okay, yeah, because because the whole point, like I see, is it's like he's taunting you, like staring you down as the music plays, waiting for the right,
He knows you've lost.
Yeah,
just gonna.
But you can still win, depending how long it is.
I think I've won once off of that, and that's actually how you have to win 420 mode. Hashtag it's 420 today.
420, yeah.
Yeah, I do not partake. But anywho's 420 mode with you have to win because you do not have enough power versus the Health War animatronics coming at you full force. You can also lose by Foxy not checking the camera. He's still active. Really funny. Rare, but it happens. So you have to have good RNG and a long Freddy song. Oh, there's that.
That's the RNG, just a long Freddy song.
Long Freddy song. A mouthful. Speaking of Freddy's, there's another Freddy that is accessible if you were a lord, not a lord, a lore fanatic.
Lord. A lord.
Listen, E and D are right next to each other in the alphabet. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
Lord.
Of course, I'm talking about this mofo, this horrifying son of a bitch, Golden Freddy.
Yeah.
Golden Freddy is still a mystery to me. I don't understand what his I mean, I guess it is the beginning of Fredbear. But and then they told me Fredbear and Golden Freddy are two different things. I'm like, well, what's the point then? So I never really understood Freddy. In the first games, if you did 1987, so you had 420 mode, you could change their level of activeness. You said, I think it's I'm pretty sure it goes Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, Foxy. It's at 1987. Get this screen of just Golden Freddy's face screaming at you for I think 5 minutes, and then it crashes. So it's cool. That's real cool. But
I think that stuff is really scary, because
yeah,
like you're not in the game yet, but you can still get scared if you put in the right little code.
I wonder. I just think to myself, what was the reaction of someone who did it on?
Oh my god! I wonder. I'm pretty sure there's many people who have.
Well, if you think about it, there's a absolute fuck ton of combinations between 4 different animatronics. You can set them between levels of 0 to 20. You know how people like went through and tried to do all the combinations? That's a lot of combinations. No, it's not, because it's 80 times 4, I think. Like 100. I'm trying to do math. I can't do that right now, but
240?
I think that's 3,200. That's 320. 8 times 40.
80 times 4. Whoops.
Yeah.
32. Yeah, sorry, I was seeing 3. Sorry.
It's all right, but yeah. So there's a world of combinations, but I like to think to myself, what was that person's reaction? Found out this.
Well, obviously we could scared, then confusion, then creeped out because of how long it'll last for, and then
maybe happiness afterwards.
Happiness
because they found something.
That'd be good, but I think that'll come long after.
Because he's not quiet. It's not quiet at all. These animatronics they do not lie. The animatronics are loud. I've had to turn my volume down.
Oh yeah, their screeches are so loud.
Yep.
This one's Golden Freddy's the most interesting to me because, he's the one that can actually, crash your game.
Yeah, no one else crashes your game.
Yeah.
No one else has no purpose like this man does.
I nothing gets more scary than to have something that that actually affects your gameplay. For example, crashing. Kind of that's why I found the Doki Doki kind of scary because it's trying to do that self-aware shit, and I really enjoy that.
For sure.
For Doki leadership, but it's scary. And I enjoy that type of scary. And it's kind of like it here because, you could be playing your game, you could be all immersed, and then, something game breaking, immersion breaking, having this thing just come out of nowhere.
That's how I described him. That's how I described him. Literally game breaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's pretty easy to code in, but
I imagine it is. But having it force a crash, that says things. That'll leave a lasting impression on
person. It will. Good on Scott. I wonder if he made it all by himself.
Yeah, kind of how in Undertale, there's some stuff, they'll change your game, kind of the endings, and stuff.
If you, I think if you close the game out and you go back in, it Flowers will be like, why did you close the game? Thought you could escape me? No, you couldn't.
Exactly, having shit like that is ultra scary, and make you have that feeling that the game is the game is actually watching you, monitoring you.
The game is aware. The game is aware you tried to leave, and it's not letting you leave. That's why.
Yeah, that's just scary shit.
I just thought because Steve Golden Freddy is the boss of Five Nights at Fuck Boys. It is a legit game. It's an RPG.
Fuck Boys.
FUCK and it's on Game Jolt. Shout out Game Jolt, but you go through and you fight party hats, you fight cameras, and you fight bosses like the bosses.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure it might be game 2, but either 1 or 2. Final boss is Golden Freddy.
Mm-hmm. Crashing your game still?
I don't think it crashes your
game. Oh.
But if you win, if you lose, yes, it does do the jump scare. It does turn off.
Yeah.
It does kill the game. So I meant to say, yeah. So I kind of want to play those games too. I think I've through one, but I might those.
Go for it.
I do plan.
That'd be fun.
I do plan on doing a couple of FNAF things. I don't want to play Five Nights at Candy. All of them, and they are no. It was a ride. I don't want to go on again, but back to Golden Freddy is in other games. He's got more. He's got more content. But I'm glad they did what they did with him now.
I do too. Like it's, I think I find it most interesting because like it adds a lot more mystery than initially thought. Because he's like he's like advertised like no one knows until you find him out. No one knows about him until he appears.
The mystery. You have to want to get jump scared. But anyways, we'll back to this screen for our last question here. Let's talk about lore. This game, of course, like any other franchise, started its own lore. This game, and honestly, I do not know of any game in the last 20 years that has had this amount of lore in it. This amount of story in it. What are your thoughts about that, man? What are your thoughts of this?
Franchise? Oh my gosh, it's a lot to unpack, really, because obviously they won't give you the lore outright because you gotta listen to phone calls and you gotta look at the walls because whoever's playing those newspaper clippings on the wall, I don't know why that's there, but it's there. It's there for the lore. Like it's just saying stones. Of like what the fuck is up with this place and stuff.
Yeah.
By Asen was first mentioned here and stuff. All the biggest mysteries, obviously Indoji mysteries, are stemmed from here, and it's scary.
I think it's one of the greatest moments of video game history.
I think so.
I do not think. Yep. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do not think there will ever be amount of story spanned across almost 10 years of this nature ever.
I'll say that's sort of more like mystery because there's so much to see. There's so much to explain.
There is.
Because it is crazy amount and like what's even the truth, like what's even right, because like Scott doesn't say anything. We can only rely on theories and stuff.
Right. Scott does play along with it, but he it's a special kind of human for all that.
That'd be
go ahead.
And I'm saying it's crazy. Like it's just it's like I think like the lore is the reason why he became so big, really. Because
I was getting ready to say that. I think the lore is the absolute driving factor in us.
It really is because we didn't really stay for the game. In my opinion, it's just the gameplay. The gameplay itself is simple as its core, right?
Yeah.
Nothing really too complex. But what we like, is just like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening?
What is this game? What is this?
Yep.
This animatronic coming at me. I don't want it. Yeah. And I feel like FNAF single-handedly made the word lore renewed. It's been revived. Story.
Like FNAF lore like brings out a whole new perspective in things. Like
it really does.
I can't be described. Like it's crazy.
I think FNAF 4 is such a continuation of. It's set in a time 4 years. Facts. So much. I love it. I really enjoyed that game too. It's probably my second favorite. Second to 2.
Right.
Absolutely. Happy to have lived in a time where everyone formulating their own story, for talks and breakdowns, them trying to explain their own opinion. Oh man, just good times.
Yeah, that's so fun. Yeah, it's fun. Like I love watching mystery videos, like theory videos. That's why I like watch MapPal a lot. I know everyone making videos about FNAF and stuff. Like it's fun to learn what different people interpret the stuff we're given in all the FNAF games. Really,
that's why I enjoyed Mark play it somewhat. Dawko's pretty huge at this point. but I couldn't listen to Jocko, but the person that comes to mind, I guess people would be 8-Bit Ryan. 8-Bit.
Oh my
I
god.
watched a lot of 8-Bit Ryan early on as he was just
Yeah.
enjoyable, and him and his brother, they would do like long videos just talking about it, and I really found it enjoyable because like they had the same wave, like brain waves, that thinking about it all.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I like, yeah, I enjoyed those videos a lot because, theorizing stuff, like what do people think? It's fun to find other people's opinions on, like, what the hell is going on with the
mhm.
story.
And then they
What does
match
this
up with
mean?
yours.
How, like, does this explain the mystery? Does this, like, confuse the mystery? Does it further a mystery even longer? Like, who knows? We can only talk about it.
Yeah,
That's the best you could
I'm
do.
sorry. Oh man. So Laura's big. I guess our
It's, yeah.
final question is: anything else you'd like to mention about Evidence of Freddy's one and or the entire franchise?
Like, one, like,
One.
this whole thing, like, it started a whole era for me because, um, I probably would have gone to this if it released now because I'm no longer a kid. But
Right.
it released, but since it released when I was like, middle school, holy shit, that really got me into stuff. That really got me,
It's a perfect age.
into
It's a
this type of
perfect age.
games. You got me into these type of games, like, with like, where the lore isn't like up right in your face. You don't play like directly into the story, but it's there
I think we
through
can.
other means.
I think you can relate. Like whenever we're at that age, we just want an escape. Want an escape because a lot of other external things happening and internal
Mm.
things happening to us at that point in our lives. Just want an escape. Big time. And I don't know. I mean, everyone who I watched were adults playing it. So I mean, I'm guessing it was just a breakthrough horror games at that time.
Maybe, yeah.
I was about to say maybe because I just thought about it. Slender Man was huge 5 years before this. I think it was
It
early or
was.
late two
Yeah, I remember.
thousands.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm pretty sure you heard the crazy stories about like people seeing
Slender.
swim in real life and shit. Like it's crazy.
Ugh.
Oh my god. Like yeah, like people making like videos about like slime found in the forest or some shit like that. Like creepy pastas too. I love reading creepy pastas. It's.
I think those were pretty popular during our time.
I think it
Hostels,
worked too. Yeah, creep. Yeah.
bring us back, please. Thank you. I want to go look through
I'm pretty sure
this.
we can find a lot now. We're just out of that era now.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not going to have resurgence of like of the these videos like we could like focus on. Now we got to like focus on our lives now. It sucks.
but it's. I think it's good that we came together and we did this little reflection of what happened, what was best
I'm
thing
gonna
of
just
our time.
yeah, I think so too.
With that, I'd like to
Mhm.
thank you for joining me on my first of, I guess it is, 4 revisited table talks. Been wonderful. I've had a great time explaining and
Thank
just
you.
talking about it. I'd
I
love to have
enjoyed
you
talking about
again.
this too.
So
And maybe Monday.
one day, thank you for watching. Everyone who, every FNAF content creator who got their big thing, their big push because of this game. I think they know that we know. Yes, this game was a monumental breakthrough of our time.
It truly was.
And
It's not
thank
arguing.
you, big old thank you. Sorry to cut you off. Big old thank you, Scott Cawthon, for the story, the writings, the the idea that became such a reality. It's not even funny. There's a movie coming out, for God's sake.
It took a
Yeah,
while because like
it
we were
did.
promised this movie a long time ago.
Yeah, I think a movie maybe like when the third game was coming out would be a lot better, but I can understand why it's not till now. After the
It's
game is
understandable.
finished.
The franchise, I don't feel like. Do you feel like the franchise is over? I guess there's a lot.
I think for me, I had this discussion with who did I have for FNAF 6? I had this discussion with Brad, Case, and Kane.
Yeah,
I feel like FNAF 6 was the end of it. It felt like the end of it to me.
but, like here's the thing too. Like I forgot to mention this, but it's like you think it's over, but it's not. Right. It's like it's hard to see when it's over. I feel like if someone's like it's over when it's said it's over. It's hard to tell.
I feel like with the connection terminated, the video just went out of me responding to that, but I really listened to that tape, and the person behind the tape is Henry Emily, which is Afton's sidekick in all of this, William Afton's business partner.
Yeah, I think partner. I like a sidekick.
All right, and so like he says he grabbed all the souls that have been causing the most damage. Elizabeth, Charlotte, his kid, and then we have William Afton. We have Lefty. I already said that. Baby. Oh, Ennard, who had and then he also went down with the fire. So I feel like he was just. That's why I think it's the end, because all of the killers were together and now they're gone because they got burned.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why it feels like it's the end to me. But I can.
Yeah, I remember when I saw FNAF 6, like, I thought like, wow, like, and he's like, wow, that seems like a great way to end, like, a series. But no, like, we got, and now look what we got. We got like the latest still security breach, right? Yeah. Who knows? Personally, well, it's still part of the FNAF lore and stuff. Like, we gotta. So that, like, the mysteries like that provides too. Okay, it just seems like it's never ending. And the only way to know is, when we're told it's done.
I'm curious to see what the next installment, if there were to be a next installment, would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'd enjoy it. Maybe let's go back. Maybe they could go back further. Maybe not.
You go back further, yeah.
Yeah, because I think FNAF 3 is the oldest, being in late 23. It's past, It's like it's supposed to be futuristic, like it's past the current time.
Mm-hmm.
So we may be able to go forward. I don't know.
I think, yeah, but at the end, and that's what I want to say. It's like, FNAF really made a giant impact, because I remember all of the fan creations, all of the mod, like all of the all of the mods too, like like FNAF's phrase, but like Mickey Mouse, like or Chuck E. Cheese.
I think the term is fan games.
Fan games. Yeah, did I say mods? I think I really think
browsers say mods. Like Game Jolt's a pretty big distributor of well, I wouldn't say distributor. It's a
lots of fan games, lots of fan content in general. Like it lives on the community, yeah, like and a community who's into like figuring out like what the fuck's going on, and
it's fun. There's a lot of good creators in that pool. I definitely check them out, but I don't know. You're not one on the games. That would be for the people who are into the games. There's no lore canon in any of those.
Yeah, but it's fun to see like the impact it made.
For sure. It's inspiring.
Yeah, it's a lasting thing.
I'm more than sure he knows he's created something world altering.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, made it to an hour, and I've made it through my list of questions.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to say before we wrap it up here?
No, that's the last thing I want to say. Like, just FNAF is just a crazy game, and it all started here. It's a crazy franchise. So much has happened since.
With this bear.
This is where it all started. And
I hope there's more.
Imagine life without it, man.
Oh no, I don't want to. Don't say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
You've definitely got me wanting another game. But I don't know. I don't want to put my hopes up because I might get disappointed. I don't think he's working on the game.
Who knows? Maybe.
But anyhoozle, I've already said it. But thank you again for joining me. You are a wonderful human. Please go blow up Gemster's socials, twitch.tv/Gemster _
Gemster, yes. Gemster, just on YouTube.
Go ahead.
Just Gemster on YouTube. Gemster _ on Twitter. I have Polo _ I know. I think that's really it. Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter.
Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Give him a follow. Check him out. He streams almost every day of the week.
Except for Fridays and Saturdays.
Content creation. We hit those.
We hit those.
Thank you.
Hit those, my guy.
Until next time, my fans.
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Absolutely, man. Happy to do it. Quinn.